Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel again. In our last video, we talked about DAX aggregation functions, specifically dealing with averages. Today, in the second part, we are going to check out all the DAX functions related to counting. Let's discover them together. First off, we have count function that counts the number of entries in a particular column, but it skips the empty spaces and it supports data type like number, string, and date. Now let's meet count A. It is similar to count function, but it counts logical values like true and false, whereas count does not support logical values. Now let's see count AX and count X. So count AX counts the number of rows in a table after evaluating the expression, and it supports numeric strings and logical values, whereas count X does same function like count AX, but it does not support logical values. So count rows function, it peeks into a table and tells you exactly how many rows are there in a table. Next is count blanks function. Count blanks is all about finding those empty spaces in a column. It counts how many cells are just sitting there with no information in column. Now let's talk about distinct count function. So distinct count function gives a unique count from a specific column. So imagine you have a collection of different things like colors. So distinct count function, it counts how many different colors there are, including the empty spaces. And there is distinct count no blank function. It is similar to distinct count function, but it doesn't count the empty spaces, means it doesn't count the blank values. It only cares about the unique values. Please take a moment to review the list of syntax on the screen. So to use them, remember count and count A need only one argument, the column name. Count AX and count X on other hand require two arguments, the table name and the expression. The count rows can take a table name or table name with an expression in the filter context. Lastly, count blank, distinct count no blank need just one argument, that is column name. Let's quickly proceed to the demonstration of this function in Power BI. So here's the first function, count. I have already created the measure for count in which I'm taking a subject column in a count function. If you see subject column has 10 rows in which one row is blank. So as per definition, count only counts the value, only counts the rows which has a value. So here that's why it is giving a count of 9 instead of 10 here. Now it doesn't support the uh, logical values, right? So if you see, I created the count with the Boolean column. So if you see the count function with the Boolean column, it is giving a error here. Now let's say count A function with the logical values. Now I created count A function here, in which I'm passing the column pass in which I have logical values like true and false. So it is giving 10 rows here because it has a true and false in 10 rows. Let's see the measure for count AX function. So here I'm taking two arguments. One is class table and expression and the column name on which it's going to apply the count function. So let's break down this function in two parts. Let's implement the expression first. So if you see, I'm taking one slicer here and I have selected a condition greater than or equal to marks. So let's see 56 according to our condition. And if you see, it's evaluating like 6 rows. After evaluating the expression, this function got 6 rows. Now it's going to apply the count function on the subject column. After this, if you see, it's giving the 5 count because the basic thumb of rule count function doesn't include the blank values. So let's see countx function here. In countx function, I am giving table name and expression on a column pass, and I'm taking an ID column on which the function is going to perform count. So let's break down into two part again, first expression and then the column name. So for let's first it will evaluate the expression. So it will take the rows wherever the value in the pass column is true. So basically there are 8 rows where the values are true. So it will filter 8 rows in ID column on the basis of expression. Then after in ID column, it will check if there any row is blank. So there is no blank rows in here. So it will count straight 8 rows here. So it is showing the value 8 in this measure. Now let's see count rows function. In count rows function, you can take a table name or table name in express by giving an expression. So first we'll see with expression. I'm giving an expression here on table class on name column. So expression is like I'm taking content string a function in which I'm checking the name values which are ending with k. So there are only 2 rows, 1 and 2, in which it's ending with k. So it will show only 2 rows here. And if we see, if I put table name in count rows function, it gives me a straight 10. But if you wanna see if I what I do, I mean what will happen if I give this in count function, it will give me a straight error. You see, saying to fix this. Now let's check the count blank function here. So I'm taking a subject column in a count blank function, and if you see there are 10 rows in which 1 row is empty, right? So it is counting only one blank row and it is showing value 1 here. Now let's check a distinct count function in which I'm taking I'm taking the column subject again. So it is showing 3 count here, count of number of rows, because there is only 2 different subject, and it is including the blank value. It is considering the blank value as a unique value and it's giving a count of 3. Whereas if you see distinct count function in which I'm taking again the subject column, it is showing only 2 values because it excludes the blank value and it shows only 2 values, which is math and English subject. Feel free to check the 8 measures which we have created in Power BI desktop, and this is the output of that 8 measures. And don't worry, I will put the links to this presentation file in the description. I hope you find this video helpful, and in the next video we will explore the last part on tax aggregation functions. Thank you.